What is going on, fellow traders? It's the Wolf. Welcome back to another episode of the Wolf Den Trader Takeaways. Today is Tuesday, August 13th, and we had a little bit of life coming back into small caps. We had a couple nice trades today. We're finally seeing a backside move potentially on RKDA. We also took a piece of MTC DCPH and NPTN. So with that, let's just go ahead and roll right to executions. Rebecca, thank you so much. So now here we're looking at executions RKDA. Here's a 5-day chart right here, 5-day, 5-minute. As you can see, wicked strength right here, just gapping up, pattern gap up, and then we get a nice sell-off here in pre-market. Looks like they're squeezing out shorts and shaking out longs, and then we get a weak open at the bell, which is fine. We carried this up. We've been fighting this on the front side. We did take a little short position here as well to add into the core short around 845, 850. We trimmed some of that position right here at the 846 line, and then we trimmed the rest of it right here. Let's just go ahead and go full execution. Also, this is a food product agricultural company, 6.2 million shares outstanding, 38 million market cap. So they are MVPHS restricted. I'm sure you guys are aware of this company. We've been going over this one since the beginning, day one. If you want to, you can rewind, going back to our previous trader takeaways. But we finally took some nice profit on this one today. Like I said, this is taking profit from an 840 carryover scalp right here, and then we get this nice sell-off. Now, once we get this sell-off right here from potentially 890 down to about 690, we get a $2 move on a $9 stock. You know, that's a 22 to 25% retracement. That's going to give us the go-ahead sign to start to lean into some strength, and that's what we did here. We're taking down the first pop. We got ads at 718, 726, 734. So, all right, so we're doing a layered strategy here. We're still core short. We're looking to unwind today at any sign of strength, but we did put some size in right here. Like I said, layered strategy, and then we got a weak open. I was looking to add again up top here. $8 would have been my max line, but the tape didn't give me a confirmation on any more additional strength, as I did not trim here. I was watching the tape here. This was an opportunity to trim, looking for a push, but like I said, this 25% retracement gave me the confidence, confirming on the tape, to go ahead and just hold that position, as this is the first time that we saw any decent, significant follow through on the tape to the downside. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this one run its course. Now, I did take some profit, low sixes, and again, these targets were set out in front of the tape, which is how we like to trade. And I did just letting this run its thing, like I just said. Then we start to trade sideways. I'm watching the tape. I'm watching these guys exchange shares a little bit. We've been studying the tape on this one for a fortnight. Basically, we've been watching the tape for a good minute. So I had targets also down here. They're still out at 511, 507, and 503. I didn't chase them up. I was thinking about it about 516, 520, but I fought this one up on the front side. There's no way that I can cut myself short, right? If I let a loser run a little bit, I gotta let the winners run, and that's what we're gonna do. That we're going to try to trade this emotionless. This right here was a little bit of a chase ad. I had some size up at 630 up to 690. I do have a 690 line. If you hop over to the Jumbotron real quick, we've seen this many, many times. Let's go ahead and take a look at this channel right here. So here's the channel, right? Here's the 690 line. We're up in the tier 2 consolidation. We have some clearance right here. Let's go ahead and enhance. Excellent. So from $5, we have a nice amount of liquidity sitting at $5 on the buy side. That's our main target. We do have lower targets, but that's what we're looking for. So once we get that 575, 573 crack right here, this liquidity, this volume deposit was from today. So we're not getting an accurate look at what I was looking at this morning, but we still have some clearance here, and that's what we're going after. We got targets on at $5, as I just mentioned. Back to executions, taking an early chase on this one, and we're looking good. We got that core. We're under the core average now. Like I said, the front side, day 1, day 2, day 3, we were taking profit, realized we were giving a little bit back on the unrealized core average. Now we're green. We're feeling good about this trade now. A lot of learning on this trade. If we could trade it again, which we eventually will on another ticker. We'll be trading it better. We'll be trading it smarter and, more in control. Not that we weren't totally out of control, but there's always room for improvements. We learn from the losers. We stack the winners, baby. You know how we do it at Wolf Trading. MTC, let's pull that one up. MTC was a winner. Just a nice push here. No T12, no halts all day. I believe I waited. I was patient after grabbing shares. 250 push up to 1350, right? This thing's pushing like 450%. We get a nice sell-off here at VWAP. I'm watching the activity a little bit. Shout out to the guys who caught this one in the room. Great job, guys. Massive shout out to Elliot, our moderator. Man, this guy's trading the flow state. He's in the zone. We're just learning so much from our moderator as well as our members. We just had a great collective day as a room, and we have some new members join as well. So shout out to those guys. We're just growing every single day. Just great time to be a part of Wolf Trading. We're excited. And here we are right here just leaning into previous support, now acting as resistance. Right, we get a nice push here from $7 up to almost $10. That's a 30% push. That's enough extension for us. Confluent with stalling on the tape. We watch the tape here. Look at this. This is just a flatline push. It's a heartbeat, right? Just a brr, pow. And that's an emotional spike. When we get these types of emotional moves, look, this thing, again, went from basically 8 to 10. That's a 20% push in 3 minutes. That's emotions. We're going to be able to scalp the order flow on that. But the pattern itself, right, now zooming out, looking at the pattern, gave us the confidence to hold, and that's what we did. We held. We took some targets here off VWAP, expecting this to possibly go higher. We did trim about half the position, and I trailed my stop down. So my average off of this was about 943. I took half the position off, maybe even a third. I don't remember. It's a little bit later in the night. I had some plans this evening, so we're about midnight, but we did take about a half or a quarter off here, and I trailed my stop down, right? My 934 average, I trailed the stop down just below 9, like 906, just in case we caught a wick. I don't want to get top tick stopped out, which I do, many times, but as soon as I put that 906 hard stop in, it's in the money trade, right? Emotions just vaporize, right? Because we're risk-free, we're in the money. And at that point, that's a winner. MTC was a great trade. That's also going to be a watch for tomorrow. DCPH. Hope you guys are having a great summer as well. DCPH, yeah, this is a monster move right here. I caught over 10 points on this move, which is a rare occasion for me. Just coming in here right at first sign of potential backside, right? I used a higher time frame. Let's go ahead and hop over to the Jumbotron DCPH. So DCPH, we're looking at the higher time frame 3-year chart. Right here, this is this consolidation channel that we were looking at. And we did build upon this today, as you can see, but this channel was still here. These lines were marked off in pre-market, all of these lines. So 350.74 or 35.74 to 40.40. Now this is the upper tier consolidation. These are where I marked my lines, right? This is where I'm choosing targets. These areas, especially these LVNs, we're either going to get continuation or we're going to get a rejection. So it's my job as the operator to watch the tape and get leading indications of that rejection or potential continuation and to trade accordingly. It's repetitious, guys. We're doing the same thing over and over and over. We're just getting faster. We're getting smarter. We're getting quicker. We're getting better than the competition. We try to gain momentum on the competition. We're professional traders and we trade against each other, right? I mean, generally, it's a trader versus trader. It's machine versus trader. It's institution, right? It's just a competitive sport. That's how we're looking at this. So I'm getting in here, right? First side and backside continuation. Also, shout out to Omar, who took a nice deep dive into the financials. A lot of respect for this guy. He's growing. Just an amazing, he's got skills on the books. So just leave it at that. So Omar shouts out to the room that these guys are underwater. And that's enough for me based off the confluence on the technicals and the higher time frame volume. Now I got check marks. I got boxes checked that this thing could potential fade. And we know that this thing is up, other fundamentals we'll leave out of this, but this gave me the confluence to hold. I considered adding on this pop right here, but the risk on this one, you know, I don't want to see this trade go against me a few bucks. This is a little bit outside of my niche, so I kept my size small, and I'm glad I did, even though it was a monster winner, right? We took, you know, like a $45 average all the way down to sub 35 bucks. So we're taking 10 points out of this move. We're very excited about that. Some other guys in the room caught this one as well. Congratulations. And NPTN. Now, NPTN was just a little order flow scalp. I've been watching this one last couple days. And 620 was my line. And just low liquidity play, right? I was just staring at it when this happened. My eyes were on the tape from maybe about 3 or 4 minutes beforehand. Let's go ahead and zoom in. And I just saw it. I caught it. And I don't know why DAS sometimes prints these doji candles like this, but this is just basically me catching partial, catching the full fill, and then I had a tight risk against VWAP right here, like 615. These fills right here are at 614, and my risk was literally like 3 cents. I would have let it wick a cent or two, probably like a 5 cent risk, you know, so, you know, a 2.5 to 1. But when I split out the targets like this, I have a higher probability chance of hitting the first target. And then once that happens, I bring my stop down to break even or to my average, right? So high probability of an in the money cut. That's just an additional, especially if I catch exhaustion like this, right? If I'm right, normally I'll catch one target. Odds are, statistically speaking, that I'll catch one and about 50-50 on two, and then I get about a 35 to 40% probability rate on that third target, depending on the spread right here. Not the spread on the ticker, the spread on the targets, right, in relation to the risk. I don't want to get too deep into that strategy, but we're working on that one every day. Last month we had a 76 or 77, you know, win percentage, so we're trying to build on that for this month, and we're also building on our passive liquidity. Today, we were about 72% passive liquidity. So everything, there's plenty of areas, and here is executions. Right here on today's performance. Let's go ahead and hop over to the Wolf Trading Discord room. Man, this room's just heating up. You guys are getting a lot more vocal. We're starting to get that Wolfpack trade mentality, and it's just an exciting time to be part of this room. So we're happy to have the guys that we do, and the talent that's in that room is just phenomenal. So let's go ahead and take a look at the runners room, aka the weapons room. We have YRIV. Now, these are potentially in-play stocks. These are going to be on main watch tomorrow in the morning, and if I have time in the evenings, I'll go over the financials and the fundamentals. YRIV, this is another shout out to our moderator Elliot, who was up last night doing a monster dig on this. I'll just leave that to him. He knows way more about this company. He got intimate on these digs. Shout out to Elliot. Great job. We're looking for some strength tomorrow, right? This thing is weak in our opinion, and it's dirty. We'll just leave it at that. DMPI. DMPI is just this major manipulation, right? These retracements are crazy. I mean, this is not normal organic order flow. So we like this. We like what comes after this type of manipulation. So we like to see, we stay away, we observe, and then this manipulation tends to bring in more liquidity, but it kind of just faded off. But we do have it on watch. Not main watch, but we're going to be watching that one. MTC, I still have targets out, holding a little bit. And I shouted out in the room that we're going to hold a piece for that 527 target. Hopefully we get some strength on this one. I'd love to see this one give us another leg. That'd be fantastic. RKDA, man, we are glad that this thing broke. Right here, you can see, right here, I don't know if you guys can see it, this line right here is from day one. So this is the mean, in my opinion, on that bull channel. So we're keeping an eye on that as well. Just nice crack, nice sell-off. If this thing wants to show us a little bit more strength tomorrow, I'll be watching that at that 690 line. V-Ray is just kind of grindy. I'm going to keep an eye on it for the potential snap. Really, that's why it's on my list. MBIO is a low volume push. This thing's just kind of grindy pushing. I've traded the name before. If you guys traded last year or beginning of this year, Q1, Q2, this name should be familiar, and we're going to keep a watch on that. It's just closed strong. And I like it. I like it. I think it closed a little bit stronger than it should have, but we got eyes on it. That's about it. OPTN is another low volume push. We get some nice rounding action, right? Curling to the downside, and we're busting through levels on low volume but high spikes of sell-offs, right? That is intriguing to me. I don't see any massive liquidity being added to the market at the bell. In relation to how this volume looks, this is purely speculative, right? Earnings. We got an eye on this. We expect this to get pushed back up into this channel right here and potentially push. We're not sure on that. We're just watching. We're just speculating. That's what we do. We look at charts. We try to recognize patterns. We try to get more efficient every single day. So with that being said, guys, I really appreciate your ear. Have a great Tuesday evening. Be safe, and we'll see you next time.